Hey everyone, and welcome to our story today. Are you ready for an exciting adventure? We're about to meet a family of starlings getting ready for the biggest trip of their lives. Let's dive into the story of the Great Migration Mistake. Deep in a cozy nest, tucked into a giant oak tree, a young starling named Pip was practically bouncing with excitement. Autumn leaves were dancing in the wind, and for Pip, that meant one thing. It's migration season. She chirped, preening her feathers. We're going to the warm lands. Her mother, Mrs. Sterling, was carefully packing a small satchel made of straw. Yes, dear, she said gently, but it's a long and dangerous journey. We have to be prepared. Pip's father, Mr. Sterling, stood on the edge of the nest, looking out at the horizon with a serious expression. As the flock's leader, he was responsible for everyone's safety. Listen closely, Pip, he said, his voice firm. He pointed with his wing to a map he'd drawn on a large leaf. I know all the dangers out there. On our flight, we'll pass over several farmers' fields. He traced a path with his wing. There's one field we must avoid at all costs. It's called Sparkle Seed Field. It looks incredibly tempting, full of shiny seeds, but it's a trap. The farmers have hidden nets everywhere. No one, and I mean no one, lands there. Is that clear? Pip, her eyes wide with a mix of curiosity and excitement, nodded quickly. Sparkle Seed Field, a trap. Got it, Commander Dad, Mrs. Sterling looked at her daughter with loving but worried eyes. Your father is right, Pip. Please, don't let your curiosity get the better of you. Our warnings are here to protect you. Pip couldn't contain her energy. She launched into the air, doing a little loop. Okay, Mom, okay. I'll be super careful, bye. As she zoomed away, her parents exchanged a worried glance. They knew their daughter's adventurous spirit all too well. Soon, the entire flock was in the sky, flying in a perfect V formation. The air was crisp, and the world below was a patchwork of autumn colors. Pip was flying alongside her good friend, Barnaby the ant. Barnaby was a bit of an unusual flying companion. He was struggling to keep up, carrying a huge seed on his back. Pip laughed. Barnaby, you're still carrying that seed. You're so slow. Barnaby, straining with the effort, replied, This is my winter food, P.I.P. Mrs. Sterling taught me that planning and organization are more important than speed. Just then, the flock flew over a field that shimmered and sparkled in the sunlight. It was covered in what looked like the most delicious, shiny seeds Pip had ever seen. She stopped dead in midair, her eyes wide with amazement. Wow. She gasped, Look at all those seeds. They're sparkling. This must be the sparkle seed field my dad talked about. Barnaby looked down, his little antennae twitching with anxiety. Pip, remember what Mr. Sterling said? He said it's a trap. But Pip was mesmerized. A trap. She whispered to herself, But they look so delicious, and the rest of the flock is flying right past it. No one will even notice if I just pop down for a quick snack. I'll eat a few and catch up in no time. I'm super fast. Barnaby saw the look in her eye and shouted, Don't do it, Pip. Listening to your elders is important. But his words were carried away by the wind. Pip wasn't listening. With her heart set on the glittering treasure below, she ducked her wings and began a steep dive toward the field, leaving her family and the safety of the flock far behind. Pip landed softly in the field, And the seeds were even more amazing up close. They glistened like tiny jewels. "Oh my gosh," she chirped happily. "They're real and they're delicious." Dad was totally exaggerating. She started pecking away, gobbling up the tasty seeds as fast as she could. It was a feast. But then she felt something strange wrap around her legs. She tried to lift off, to fly back into the sky, but she couldn't move. "What's happening?" she screamed, a wave of terror washing over her. "My feet are stuck." She flapped her wings with all her might, but the more she struggled, the worse it got. Then, almost invisible threads of a net began to tighten round her body and her feet. She was completely tangled. "No, it's the trap," she cried out, her voice filled with fear and desperation. "The nets. Dad warned me. I'm so sorry." She looked round frantically, but she was all alone. The flock was just a tiny speck in the distant sky. A cold, lonely fear gripped her. What if the farmers came? Sobbing, she whispered, "If only I had respected their words. If only I had listened." Meanwhile, high above, little Barnaby the ant had seen everything. He knew Pip was in terrible danger. He turned round and flew as fast as his little wings could carry him back to Dot and Mrs. Dot Sterling. Within minutes, her parents were there, circling anxiously above the deadly field. "Pip, where are you, Mrs.?" Sterling shouted, her voice trembling. A small, weak cry came from below. "I'm here. I'm stuck in the nets." Sterling found her tangled in the trap. His face was serious, but his voice was calm and focused. "It's okay, Pip. We're here now. Stay perfectly still. Don't flap your wings. It only makes it worse. He and Mrs." Sterling landed beside her and immediately got to work. Dotmer. Sterling knew exactly how to handle these nets. "Over here, my dear," he directed his wife. "We have to snip the thin threads first. Barnaby, your mandibles are strong. Help us with the thicker threads near the ground." They worked together like a well-oiled machine. Barnaby used his powerful mandibles to chew through the tough lower ropes. Dot and Mrs. Sterling used their sharp beaks to untie knots and snap the upper threads. "These threads are so tough." Barnaby grunted, straining with all his might. After what felt like an eternity of careful, coordinated effort, Pip was finally free. She collapsed onto the ground, exhausted but safe. Thank you, everyone," she chirped weakly. Mrs. Sterling rushed to her side, hugging her tightly with her wing. "Oh, Pip, we were so scared for you, Mr." Sterling looked at his daughter, his eyes deep with love and wisdom. "Pip," he said gently, "do you understand now? Do you see why we make rules and why it's so important to respect our advice? We don't do it to be annoying. We do it because we love you, and we have the wisdom that comes with experience." Pip looked up at her parents, her eyes filled with regret and a newfound understanding. "Yes, Dad," she said, her voice sincere. "I understand completely. The sparkle seeds were a real trap. I promise I will always listen to you from now on. You know best." Barnaby, finished with his rescue work, cleaned his mandibles and added, "Wisdom always triumphs over impulsiveness." With Pip safe, the family rejoined the flock. This time, Pip flew close to her parents, right at the front of the V formation. She flew in a disciplined, orderly way, no longer trying to prove how fast she was. Sterling glanced over at her with a proud smile. Good job, Pip, he said. Flying together like this, coordinated and disciplined, is the fastest and safest way to travel. The family flew on, united and happy, continuing their long journey toward the warm, welcoming sunset. Pip had learned a very important lesson that day. Respecting the wisdom of those who love you isn't about restriction, it's about protection. It's the key to a safe and happy journey through life. Thank you so much for joining us for this story. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more adventures. See you next time.